Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the top 25 RPGs you absolutely need to play on your Nintendo Switch in 2025. These games offer amazing stories, fun gameplay, and hours of adventure. Let's jump right in with our countdown. Trials of Mana is a full 3D remake of a classic RPG from the 90s that most people in the West never got to play. You pick 3 characters from 6 different heroes at the start, and your choices change parts of the story you'll see. The game has real-time combat where you can dodge, jump, and use special attacks with button combos. Each character can upgrade to stronger classes as you level up, giving them new abilities and looks. The world is colorful and filled with monsters to fight, towns to visit, and dungeons to explore. While the story about collecting mana stones to stop an evil force isn't super original, the different character backgrounds keep things interesting. The game is perfect for anyone who wants a straightforward action RPG that's easy to pick up and play without complicated systems. Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land, is a charming new entry in the beloved Atelier series, bringing alchemy, exploration, and heartfelt storytelling to the Nintendo Switch. Players step into the shoes of Yumia Liesfeld, a determined young alchemist on a mission to rediscover ancient knowledge in a world where alchemy is forbidden. Set in a beautifully crafted world with diverse regions, from mushroom-laden forests to steampunk cities, each area offers unique ingredients, monsters, and characters. The new resonant synthesis system adds strategic depth to item creation, rewarding experimentation and synergy. Combat has been reimagined with free movement and flashy mana surge attacks, giving battles a faster, more tactical feel. Yumia can also build and customize her own atelier and field camps, making adventuring feel personal and cozy. Even with some technical hiccups on the Switch, it's a magical journey packed with emotion, creativity, and discovery. Live Alive is a unique RPG where you play through 7 different stories from different time periods, from prehistoric times to the far future. Each chapter has its own main character, gameplay style, and story that can be played in any order. Some focus on stealth, others on combat, and some on talking to people. The battle system uses a grid where position matters, and you can see enemy attacks charging up, giving you time to counter or move away. While the chapters seem separate at first, they connect in surprising ways for the final chapters. The game uses beautiful HD 2D graphics that look like fancy 3D versions of old school pixel art. Each story is short enough to finish in a few hours, making this perfect for players who don't have time for 100-hour RPGs, but still want meaningful stories and interesting gameplay.
Enough! Oh! This is your last chance to beg!
Sea of Stars is a love letter to classic 90s RPGs with gorgeous pixel art and a day-night cycle that changes how the world looks. You play as 2 heroes who can harness the powers of the sun and moon to fight the evil alchemist threatening the world. The battle system is turn-based but keeps you engaged with timed button presses that boost your attacks or reduce enemy damage. There's no random battles. You see all enemies on the screen and can choose to fight or avoid them. The game has fun puzzles that use your sun and moon powers, plus mini games like sailing and cooking. You can also go fishing or explore hidden caves for treasure. The music is amazing, with some tracks made by the composer of Chrono Trigger. The story about childhood friends growing up to face a world-ending threat feels familiar, but has enough twists to stay interesting. It's perfect for both new RPG players and old fans. Pokémon Legends, Arceus takes the Pokémon formula and does something completely different with it. Set in the past when people were still afraid of Pokémon, you're tasked with creating the region's first Pokédex. The game is split into large open areas that you can freely explore, with Pokémon visibly roaming around instead of hiding in random grass encounters. The biggest change is how you catch Pokémon. You can throw Pokéballs directly at them without battling, sneak up on them, or distract them with items. When you do battle, it uses a new turn system based on speed, where faster Pokémon might move multiple times before slower ones. You can also use different throwing styles that are stronger but might make Pokémon angry. The crafting system lets you make items like Pokéballs and potions from materials you gather. It's not as pretty as some Switch games, but the freedom to explore and catch Pokémon in new ways makes it feel fresh and exciting. Triangle Strategy is a tactical RPG where your choices truly matter, changing which allies join you and how the story unfolds. The game is set in a fantasy world divided into 3 nations fighting over limited salt and iron resources. You lead a group of fighters through grid-based battles where positioning is key. Attacking from behind does more damage. Higher ground gives you advantages, and elements can interact, like lightning magic doing more damage to enemies standing in water. What makes this game special is the voting system. At key moments, your allies vote on major decisions, and you need to convince them to support your choices based on information you've gathered. The HD 2D graphic style makes the game look like a beautiful 3D version of a 16-bit RPG. While the story starts slow with lots of talking, it builds into a complex tale of politics, betrayal, and moral choices that will keep you thinking long after you finish playing. Star Ocean. The second story, R, is a remake of a PlayStation classic that perfectly blends sci-fi and fantasy. You choose between 2 main characters, Claude, a space officer accidentally transported to an undeveloped planet, or Rune, a girl with mysterious powers from that world. The combat happens in real time, where you directly control one character while the AI handles your party members, using a mix of physical attacks, special skills, and magic. What makes this game special is its private action system. In town, your party splits up, and you can find them having unique conversations that build relationships and change the ending you'll get. There's also a deep crafting system for making weapons, items, and cooking food. The remake uses beautiful 3D environments with 2D sprite characters that keep the classic feel while looking modern. With multiple endings, tons of optional characters to recruit, and plenty of hidden content, this game offers huge replay value for RPG fans.
We can win this! I hope. Got you! Got you! Ha!
Super Mario RPG is a complete remake of the SNES classic that brings Mario's first RPG adventure to a new generation. The game follows Mario as he teams up with Bowser, Peach, and new friends Mallow and Geno to defeat a new villain who's broken the Star Road. The battle system is turn-based, but keeps you engaged with timed button presses. Hit the button at the right moment during attacks to do more damage, or during enemy attacks to defend better. The world is filled with hidden areas, fun puzzles, and platforming sections that make it feel like a mix between a Mario game and an RPG. The remake keeps the charm of the original while adding beautiful new graphics, orchestrated music, and quality of life improvements like save points and hints. The story is simpler than most modern RPGs, filled with humor and heart rather than complex plots. Ys VIII, Lacrimosa of Dana, puts you in the role of Adal Kristin, an adventurer who becomes shipwrecked on a mysterious island with other passengers. Your goal is to find other survivors and find a way off the island while uncovering its secrets. The action combat system is fast and fluid. You control one of 3 characters at a time, each with different attack types, slash, strike, or pierce, that are strong against different enemy types. You can switch between characters instantly with a button press. As you find more survivors, your base camp grows into a small village where people offer services and side quests. The game also has a defense mode where monsters attack your village and you need to protect it. What makes this game special is how it balances exploration, combat, and story, with dreams that let you play as Dana, a mysterious girl from the island's past. Chained Echoes is an indie RPG that looks like a 16-bit game, but plays like a modern masterpiece. The story follows a group of heroes from different kingdoms who get caught up in a war involving magic, mechs, and dragons. The turn-based combat system keeps things exciting with the overdrive meter, a gauge that you need to keep in the sweet spot by using different types of skills. Stay in the optimal zone and you get bonuses. Push too far and enemies get stronger. The job system lets you customize characters by equipping different gems that give them new abilities and stats. You'll explore a huge world with different environments, from forests to deserts, cities, and dungeons, eventually getting an airship that transforms into a mech for special battles. The game respects your time by having no random encounters, no grinding needed, and giving you unlimited sprint. Trails Through Daybreak is the newest game in the long-running Trails series, but don't worry, you can jump in without playing the others. You play as Van Arkrid, a Spriggan who takes on jobs that regular detectives and bracer guilds won't handle in the high-tech Republic of Calvard. The combat mixes turn-based battles with movement on a grid, letting you position characters strategically and use team attacks. The game's best feature is how alive the world feels. Every NPC has their own story that changes as the main story moves forward, and talking to everyone reveals tons of world-building details. The orbment system lets you customize characters by slotting different elements to learn new spells and boost stats. While the game starts slow with lots of dialogue and world building, it builds into an exciting story about politics, secret societies, and personal redemption.
A chance! I'll spice you up! Keep it up!
There!
Bring it on!
Persona 5 Royal puts you in the shoes of a high school student who discovers the power to enter people's minds and change their hearts. By day, you're an ordinary student, going to class, hanging out with friends, working part-time jobs, and studying for exams. By night, you and your friends become the Phantom Thieves, entering twisted palaces created by people's distorted desires. The game's main hook is how you balance your limited time. Every activity advances the clock, forcing you to choose between improving your social links with friends, which gives you combat advantages, building your personal stats, or exploring palaces. The turn-based combat focuses on hitting enemy weaknesses to score extra turns and devastating all-out attacks. The Royal version adds a new semester, new characters, new areas to explore, and gameplay improvements that make this 100+ hour adventure even better. Trails from Zero follows Lloyd Bannings as he returns to his hometown of Crossbell to join a new police division called the Special Support Section. You and your 3 teammates take on requests from citizens while uncovering a deeper conspiracy in this city caught between 2 powerful nations. The combat is turn-based with characters moving on a field, where positioning matters for area attacks and team combinations. The game's orbment system lets you customize characters by slotting different quartz to learn arts magic and boost stats. What makes this game special is its incredible world building. Crossbell feels like a real city with districts that each have their own feel, and NPCs whose lives change as the story progresses. The game rewards talking to everyone and exploring everywhere with new insights and hidden quests. Dragon Quest XI's follows the story of the Luminary, a chosen hero who must gather allies and fight against the forces of darkness threatening the world. The game sticks to traditional JRPG elements, turn-based combat, a colorful world map, towns with shops and quests, and dungeons filled with monsters and treasure. What makes it special is how perfectly it executes these classic elements with modern polish. The battle system adds tension with pet powers, special states that give characters powerful team-up moves. The crafting system lets you make and improve equipment on a fun mini-game grid. The Definitive Edition adds a 2D mode that lets you play the entire game like a classic 16-bit RPG. Plus more character stories, a fully orchestrated soundtrack, and quality of life improvements. The story starts simple but builds into an emotional journey about fate, friendship, and sacrifice.
Fight and fight some more!
Fire Emblem. Three Houses puts you in the role of a professor at a military academy where students from 3 nations train together. You'll choose one of the 3 houses to teach, shaping your students' skills through lessons, activities, and battles. The game is split between calendar-based school life, where you teach classes, build relationships, and explore the monastery, and strategic grid-based battles where permanent death for characters is a constant threat, though you can turn this off if you prefer. The combat focuses on weapon types, class abilities, and positioning, with new mechanics like battalions that support units and gambit attacks for breaking enemy defenses. What makes this game special is how your choices truly matter. The house you pick completely changes which characters you grow close to in the second half of the story.
My blood just went. Was that helpful? I am maturing at a rapid pace.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. Vengeance drops you into a destroyed version of Tokyo called Da'at, where demons roam freely after an apocalyptic event. After merging with a mysterious being, you become a Nahobino, half human, half demon, with the power to fight and recruit demons. The core gameplay revolves around exploration of vast desert-like areas and turn-based combat where hitting enemy weaknesses gives you extra actions through the press turn system. What makes this game unique is the demon negotiation and fusion system. You can talk to most enemies and convince them to join you through conversation choices, then later fuse them together to create stronger demons with inherited skills. The Vengeance version adds a completely new story route, new areas, new demons, and quality of life improvements over the original release. Unicorn Overlord is a mix between a tactical RPG and a grand strategy game where you play as the exiled Prince Alan trying to reclaim his kingdom from the Zenoran Empire. What makes this game unique is how it blends tactical battles with a larger campaign map where your armies move between territories, liberating towns and forts to gain new resources and allies. The combat system is semi-automated. You arrange your units in formations before battle, and they fight automatically based on your setup, though you can trigger special abilities and make critical decisions at key moments. As you liberate areas, you'll recruit over 60 unique characters, each with their own stories, abilities, and relationship dynamics that affect how they perform together in battle. The game's freedom stands out. You can tackle many regions in any order you choose, building your revolutionary army as you see fit.
I have you.
It's up to you. I shall protect you. Does this suit you?
Ready yourself.
Tears of the Kingdom builds on everything that made Breath of the Wild amazing while adding new layers of creativity and exploration. After Hyrule Castle rises into the sky and a mysterious force shatters the land, Link must journey through 3 connected layers of the world: the Sky Islands above, the surface of Hyrule, and the dark depths below. What makes this game an RPG is its focus on character progression, item crafting, and quest-driven gameplay. The new Ultra Hand ability lets you build almost anything you can imagine: vehicles, weapons, and tools by connecting objects you find. The Fuse ability lets you combine weapons with objects to create unique effects, like attaching a rock to a sword for more damage or a balloon to an arrow to make it float. The Ascend ability lets you move up through ceilings, while Recall can reverse time for objects. Paper Mario. The Thousand-Year Door is a faithful remake of the GameCube classic, where Mario explores Rogueport and searches for the 7 crystal stars. The game stands out with its unique turn-based battle system that takes place on a stage with an audience. Perform well and the crowd cheers, giving you more power. Mess up and they might throw items at you or even rush the stage. Timing button presses during attacks and defenses is key to mastering combat. Outside of battles, Mario's paper abilities let him turn sideways to slip through cracks, roll into a tube to roll under obstacles, or fold into a paper airplane to glide across gaps. Each of the 7 chapters follows a different story format, from murder mysteries on trains to fighting in a wrestling tournament or exploring a haunted mansion. The remake keeps everything fans loved about the original while adding beautiful new graphics, orchestrated music, quality of life improvements, and even some new content. The Lunar Remastered Collection brings 2 beloved PlayStation classics, Lunar, Silver Star Story, and Lunar 2, Eternal Blue, to modern consoles with beautiful updates. These games follow the adventures of Alex and Lucia in their respective quests to become Dragon Masters and save their worlds from ancient threats. What makes these games special is their focus on character development and storytelling, with fully animated cutscenes, voice acting, and memorable music that was revolutionary when they first released. The combat system is turn-based with positioning elements. Characters move automatically based on their actions, and positioning affects which enemies they can target and which attacks they're vulnerable to. The remasters maintain the original gameplay while adding quality of life features like battle speed options, auto-save, and a detailed bestiary. NieR Automata, the End of YoRHa Edition, takes place thousands of years in the future where aliens have invaded Earth using machine life forms, forcing humans to flee to the moon. You play as combat androids from YoRHa, an organization created to fight these machines and reclaim Earth. The game mixes fast-paced action combat with bullet hell shooting sections as you slash, shoot, and dodge through enemies. What makes this game special is how it constantly changes gameplay styles. Sometimes it's a side-scroller, sometimes it's top-down, and sometimes it's a traditional third-person action game. The combat feels amazing as you switch between different weapons mid-combo and use your floating pod companion for ranged attacks. The End of YoRHa Edition includes all DLC and runs surprisingly well on Switch. While the story starts simple, it goes places you won't expect, asking deep questions about what it means to be alive. You'll need to play through multiple times to see the true ending, with each playthrough showing new perspectives. Persona 4 Golden puts you in the shoes of a high school student who moves to the countryside town of Inaba for a year. Soon after arriving, mysterious murders begin happening, and you discover you can enter a world inside TVs where monsters called shadows lurk. The game splits between dungeon crawling with turn-based battles and daily life simulation where you go to school, make friends, join clubs, and work part-time jobs. The battle system focuses on exploiting enemy weaknesses to gain extra turns and using personas, manifestations of your inner self with different abilities. What makes Persona 4 special is the social link system. Spending time with friends not only builds relationships, but makes your personas stronger in battle. Managing your limited time each day creates meaningful choices about who to spend time with and what skills to improve.
That's it, Yosuke! One enemy down!
Persona!
Yosuke's on the warpath! Keep it going!
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes place in a world where two nations, Keves and Agnes, are locked in endless war, and people only live for 10 years, fighting their whole lives. You follow Noah and Mio, soldiers from opposing sides who can somehow fuse with their friends to become powerful beings called Ouroboros. The combat happens in real time where you auto-attack while positioning yourself to use special arts with cooldowns. The game's class system lets characters learn any fighting style, from healers to tanks to attackers, allowing for tons of customization. As you explore the massive open world with breathtaking views, you'll find colonies to free from their rulers, unique monsters to fight, and secrets to uncover. The story tackles heavy themes like purpose in a short life, breaking free from systems that control you, and finding connection with supposed enemies.
You're in for it now!
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition brings the Wii U exclusive to Switch with improved graphics and quality of life updates. The game follows humanity after Earth is destroyed in an alien crossfire, with the survivors crash landing on the mysterious planet Mira. You create your own character who joins Blade, an organization exploring Mira while searching for a missing part of their ship. What makes this game stand out is its truly open world. You can go almost anywhere from the beginning if you're skilled enough to survive. The real-time combat system has you positioning for arts attacks while building tension for powerful moves. Around 30 hours in, you get your own Skell, a giant pilotable mech that transforms into a vehicle, completely changing exploration and combat.
Assault hammer! Blast them before they get up!
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster brings two of the greatest RPGs from the PlayStation era to Switch with updated graphics, music, and quality of life improvements. These games tell connected stories of war, politics, and friendship across different regions of the same world. What makes Suikoden special is the 108 Stars of Destiny system. In each game, you can recruit 108 unique characters to join your cause, each with their own story and purpose. Some become fighters in your 6-person battle party with turn-based combat, while others run shops, mini-games, or upgrade your headquarters. As you recruit more people, your base grows from a small hideout into a bustling community. Combat includes regular turn-based battles, one-on-one duels, and large-scale army battles that play like rock, paper, scissors with strategy elements. The stories feel more mature than most RPGs, focusing on the human cost of war rather than saving the world from ultimate evil. And there you have it, the top 25 RPGs you absolutely need to play on your Nintendo Switch in 2025. From science fiction adventures to fantasy epics, these games offer some of the best storytelling and gameplay the genre has to offer. Which of these games are you most excited to play? Let me know in the comments below, and if I missed any of your favorite Switch RPGs, share those too. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.